I got that on video, Dad.
That's the before now, and then we'll be the audience. Say, come on out.
Yeah.
Now, direct from Atlantic City, now a favorite, it's Matt McClellan and his band, the Merry Men. Come on, let's give him a big hand. Bring her on out, Matt.
Papers are burned out. What's going on?
When sitting in a formal event such as this, one might expect that you would have some sort of highly educated person with an IQ somewhere in the stratosphere talking to you. And what would be expected, you would have expected to have doctorates upon his doctorates, and in reality, that really doesn't mean much because he probably would be as boring as a doorknob to most of the audience. But this is not your normal type of formal event. In fact, not only is our speaker well educated, he is also a comic by nature. The man that I'm talking about is Tim Allen. He is here today to talk about his life's experiences and how they have influenced him and has helped his career. Tim began his life as normal as any other kid. He was born Timothy Allen Dick in the year 1953 in Denver, Colorado. When he was 11 years old, his father passed away from a car accident. And after that, shortly after that, his mother actually went and married her high school sweetheart and took her 6 kids from Denver, Colorado to Birmingham, Michigan, where she would live with his 3 kids. And Birmingham is actually just outside of Detroit. And in his scholastic years, Tim began to develop a love for cars and also for comedy. He was the class clown of most of his classes that he had, and shop was obviously his favorite class. It kind of makes sense. After graduating from Central Michigan University, he made his first stand-up routine in Detroit's Comedy Castle due to a dare by a friend. Now, little did this friend know that he'd be launching a career for somebody. And after college, Tim's career began to take new heights. Tim's life as a stand-up comic began to actually become nationwide. It was shortly after that, in 1991, that Tim actually appeared in his first Showtime special called Men Are Pigs, which actually discusses how men and women are vastly different. He also, a year later, then appeared in his second Showtime special called Tim Allen Rewires America. And the basis for this stand-up comedy was actually what he used to actually produce the popular show that everybody knows him for, Home Improvement. Home Improvement began in 1991 and literally brought Tim's stand-up comedy to life. In 1992, shortly after the show began, Tim received a People's Choice Award for Best Performance by a male in a television series, and he won this award 8 years in a row. Home Improvement stopped running in 1999 after 8 successful seasons of actually being on top. While Tim's television career was blossoming, he then would actually go into different ventures. In 1994, he actually had time to write his first book called Don't Stand Too Close to the Naked Man. This book actually found its way to the top of the New York Times bestseller list. And also at this time, according to Dawson Rader of Parade magazine, he also had the #1 rated radio show, the #1 box office movie in the Santa Claus, and also the #1 book on the New York Times bestseller list. He's actually one of the few people ever to do that. He would also go on to star in several big hit movies, such as Richard Poor, Jungle to Jungle, and also 2 other Santa Claus movies. According to Tim's official website, Tim also has his own production company called Boxing Cat Productions, and it's intended to be for young independent film producers that are trying to get their start in Hollywood. And in addition to that, Tim also unveiled his own signature tool design line for Ryobi tools, and is actually continuing to design tools today and also other products. He kind of believed that functionality and the looks of tools were actually kind of not really going together. If you had something that worked really well, it was ugly, and if you had something that looked really pretty, it didn't work for very long. And so he wanted to merge those two together. And in 2004, Tim also received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And according to Tim's official website, he also is leading a campaign to help plant 1 million trees in the Los Angeles corporate district. He's trying to actually raise awareness for the fact that Los Angeles is full of mostly concrete and nothing other than that. But it is very evident that Tim Allen has had many life experiences and talents that have kind of shaped the knowledge that our knowledge that we need to have to come. Through his ups and downs, he has come out successful. So without further delay, I am pleased to introduce to you one of the best actors of our time, Tim Allen.